Yo, guys, it's your boy Dylan alongside with my dad.
Yo!
And hold on, I'm gonna have to get adjusted over here a bit. I'm gonna have to walk around this camera. I'm sorry. But we are gonna be doing a Madden NFL 24 preseason prediction. We're gonna let Madden simulate this game here.
So it's in for a long ride, and this is a preseason game. This is actually the Hall of Fame game.
Which will be played the day I am actually posting this on August 1st. It is between the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears. Now, the Chicago Bears, they did technically improve last year. They improved from a 3-14 record to a 7-10 record, which that's still, first down. Which that is an improvement from
The season prior.
from the 2022-23 season when they were 3-14. But the Texans, they have the bigger improvement.
They did.
They went from a 3-13-1 because they did have the tie from 2022-23. But in 2023-24, the Texans improved to a 10-7 record. They went to the playoffs. They absolutely destroyed the Browns in the first round of the wild card, but unfortunately they were blown out in the divisional round. Literally, I believe the only blowout of the round, as he will be down.
And if you notice, Justin Fields is on here. I was going to try to take him out, but I guess with computer simulation, I cannot take him out.
And
I was going to put Bagnet in there.
Sorry to interrupt. But also, this is Madden 24. Madden 25 is not out yet.
So we're seeing teams right here. So unfortunately, we don't have the updated play roster. So we're going to do it with a minor roster with Justin Fields still out there and C.J. Stroud. Now, do I expect C.J. Stroud to play in tomorrow night's game? I don't really see it just because the Bears aren't going to use their new starting quarterback. Bagnet is going to go ahead and play. And he showed some times last year where there was some brilliance and everything to him. But I'm really excited to see what the changes are for the Bears this year. New head coach, new team all the way around, new quarterback. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens out here. Same thing with the Texans. I'm very interested to see what changes they make this year. They make themselves go down further and hopefully make it a little deeper into the playoffs.
And by the way, the Texans, they've never been to the AFC Championship game before. But one of the biggest, probably I think their biggest move, I think it's one of, or at most their biggest move, is Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon used to play with the Cincinnati Bengals, which the Bengals actually went to back-to-back postseasons, with Joe Mixon. And one of the years was a Super Bowl year, so that could be something to look forward to for the Texans. That could give them a running game.
And what do you think about Joe Burrow's haircut? He kind of looks like
there's two people who Joe Burrow kind of looks like. Some people have been calling him Eminem, which he is a rapper for those of you that don't know. But to me, he looks like, for those of you that don't watch wrestling or that watch wrestling, he looks like Cody Rhodes.
If he has the American Nightmare tattoo right on his neck, he would be.
To me, he looks similar to Cody Rhodes. And I've been making this joke as well that maybe he's just trying to finish the story with the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, remember the Bengals, they were potentially a few plays away from winning Super Bowl 56 back in 2022.
Exactly.
But they lost to Los Angeles. And then they lost in the AFC Championship to the Chiefs. That's going to give them a first down by Justin Fields.
Yes, nice slide right there. We're seeing a very good run to start this down. They're taking a lot of possession off the clock. And that's one of the biggest things you want to really do out here. It's crucial seeing everything. I hope Justin Fields isn't he with the Steelers now? Correct?
Yes. Justin Fields and whatever his name is. I don't know why. My mind is all black right now. My mind is all over the place.
Correct. So Justin Fields is now with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he develops. Russell Wilson's there too.
That's who I'm trying to process.
So, they have that veteran QB that they want.
He's going to flip them up. That is going to be...
It should be about
a 7-yard gain for a 2nd and 3. I know we've been talking more about other things,
But I think
also, but at the same time, I also do want to pay attention to this game because apparently the Browns, they're
they're in that
within that range where they
to
can
get a
probably try
touchdown.
to score a goal.
So far, a very good first drive by Justin Fields. He's put on.
Here's the pass by Fields.
And that's
That
good.
is caught for a touchdown by the Chicago Bears.
What a great grab right there,
And
right in front of Stingley Jr. right there.
And Madden
was able to
thinks
have
they're
that
going to
man-to-man.
score first.
So that's huge if you are the Bears. Great way to show yourself out in preseason, minus Justin Fields, and everything and the minor changes. We're going to see how well this kind of lines up for this game, the Hall of Fame game. But that's just great, taking advantage, St. Brown, of the man-on-man coverage, and he's just able to stay in front. Nice throw by Fields right there. Doesn't get any better than that.
That was just a good throw right there. He found his man.
And for the PAT,
will be. It's going to be at a weird angle.
Yes, and
but
it is good.
It is good. So it is a 7-0 game. I think there's a guy in the way. Yeah, there's a guy in the way. There we go.
And it is good. And now there have been some changes also to the onside rule this year. It can only be in the fourth quarter, and you have to be down to be able to utilize it, and then you have to allow the other team to know that you are doing an onside kick. So what do you think about that, fans? Let me know how you feel about the new onside kick rule, if it's good or if it's bad. What's your take on that, D?
I don't know. I think they're trying to mimic the XFL, UFL rules, those rules.
Yeah. I don't think you can reduplicate leagues. Here is a good run out by the Texans. Let's see what C.J. Stroud is going to bring out. That was Pierce who had the ball there. But let's see what he can do here.
With 40 seconds left in the first. Time. This is only his first drive of the game.
And C.J. Stroud, he'll be looking for ways to improve. He will not have Mixon on this one, unfortunately, guys. I apologize. When Madden 25 comes out, we will have it. That being said, what a good throw right there in the middle. Finds open by C.J. Stroud.
A 5-yard gain. 5-yard gain for a second down.
So Gordon gets his first tackle. And, last year was one of those years the Bears at times showed brilliance, and then at times they looked like they took that step backwards. So I'm hoping this year they can kind of put themselves ahead of that a little bit and kind of just make that push forward. It will be a really, really good year. And there's a nice throw, finds in the middle again.
C.J. Stroud. 33-yard line with the first down, and that will end the first quarter. And we are now going to the second quarter with a 7-0 Bears game.
And here we go. We start after a energized Chicago Bears first quarter. Now let's see if the Texans can capitalize here in the second quarter. Now this is brutal for the Chicago Bears to get a stop simply because of a couple things. The Texans get the ball to start the second half of the game. That was very close to a first down, but they're going to rule them 1 yard short. And here we go. They line up. They're set.
And the snap. Fields is going to throw.
Not Fields.
Not
Stroud.
Stroud.
And again, right at that middle. And both teams are kind of copying each other, but you're seeing more of a wideout from the Chicago side as compared to the Texans. You're seeing a lot of in-the-middle throws. So the Bears are kind of still lacking in that middle area. They're going to have to really defensively strengthen it up and keep people there. And here comes a run.
There's going to be a run.
And that's a nice run. 2nd and 3 and already to the 40-yard line of the Bears. So both teams, so far the Texans are showing a very good start to their game. Let's see if they can keep on going.
Second and 3 here. They're going to run it again. They're going to get the
First down. Nice job by Singletary. 2 rushes for 11 yards. Got to be happy so far with everything you're seeing. Defensively, both defenses you're seeing a lot of flaws in, but that's what preseason's for. Now, are you going to really see C.J. Stroud on the field tomorrow night? Probably not, guys, simply because they're going to want to rest him. This is a chance for the people that are younger that might possibly get cut or have their chance to instill themselves inside as like maybe a secondary to them to go. And that's defensively, that was really good by the Chicago Bears to keep them neutralized. While they could have brought him back for a possible loss, Texans turn it into a positive.
And for those of you that don't know, normally when you see the preseason come up, man, that means you're getting close to that regular season.
You are.
Like, we are already at that time of the year. Sometimes it just feels like yesterday we just did that Super Bowl prediction.
It does.
And, here we are. We are already to our next preseason coming up here.
Exactly. We're talking about all that. Will it be, not to change from the Chicago Bears or anything of that nature? The Chiefs are on that quest to get their 3-peat in a row. Patrick Mahomes really wants to get that. They want to show the world, they are this unstoppable force. But they're going to have some people in the way of that, and this is going to be one of those teams that's really, I expect the Texans to be fierce this year. So here we are, 2-minute warning, 3rd and 4. They are in field goal range, but I'm pretty sure they want to extend this, keep this going. I expect them to do a pass here. I would be shocked if I saw a run. And I think they should try to go right in the middle, right in here.
Well, let's see here. Stroud with
and there
throw.
he goes.
There's the throw. I mean, not quite middle, but at the least they got the first. So.
And look at it, 5 of 5. Both QBs, I believe, have not had an incomplete pass, which is huge. And there they are. They're eating that time away from that clock as well, which is crucial. Look at that. Nicely done by Schultz.
Now, I will say, each team does have 3 timeouts, so these teams are going to have to be smart about their timeouts. Stroud with another
throw. Finding it right there. About 6 yards on that. 6 of 6, 45 yards. Good job. The clock is dwindling down. Plenty of time here. 4 rushes, 6 passes on the offensive breakdown.
So in other words, this will be their 11th play.
And that will be the first incomplete.
That's the first incompletion of the game.
And that was just a little overthrown to the right there. Unfortunately, it was a miss on the route. 3rd and 4 again. Let's see if the defense for the Chicago Bears can hold the Texans to 3. And he is covered, and he's running.
And he's going to get the
He's got it, and he is out of bounds at the 8. That was just a great job of showing what mechanically C.J. Stroud can do himself physically. He was able to turn that into a positive. Just a great run. Watch how he's able to get out of it, turn it into a positive first down, continue this drive, guys. And he stops the clock without having to use a timeout. He can run the ball. He had that. And here we go. 1 minute and 1 second left on the clock for this first half.
First and goal. Gonna adjust here. And here we go. Here comes the throw. He's got to find a guy.
He's got it right
and
there.
That is a touchdown by the Houston Texans, and they have a chance to tie this game up.
So far, you've had 2 touchdowns. The defenses have been imploded upon. Now you're giving Chicago the ball back with 57 seconds on the clock. 3 timeouts. We're going to see what a great first half so far, but both teams capitalizing off of weak defense. And Jordan did a great job there. And here comes the kick, the PAT.
And we are
Tied. 13 plays, guys. 79 yards, 4 minutes and 43 seconds. 7 of 9, 50 yards by C.J. Stroud.
And Madden NFL is glitched.
Yeah, again.
They always have problems.
That's the only bad thing about Xbox is that there's lots of glitches. And here we go. Here we're going to see...
There we go.
The kick's away. He's going to run it out.
Going to run it out.
Gets about to the 25-yard line.
What you would probably get when you do a touchback.
Now, this is where, in order for the Texans to capitalize and make their defense do a little better, they're going to really have to closely watch the routes outward and really tighten that gap on the man-on-man coverage. Meanwhile, 3 timeouts, plenty of time to drive yourself downfield with Justin Fields. Let's see what they can do this one.
Here we go.
And Justin Fields has an opening.
He's going to find some room.
And he's got a first and a timeout call.
Call a timeout.
Well, that's just a great way of turning something into a positive, finding that running gap to be able to get up there. That's what I like about both of these QBs. They're versatile in and outside of the pocket. They have that running momentum that they're able to do. 6 rush, 4 pass on the offensive breakdown for the Chicago Bears.
And there's a nice pass. And they're going to call another timeout.
And now you got 42 seconds on the clock. That's Brown again. Second reception. Stingley Jr. with his first tackle of the game. So they're at the 42-yard line of their own. They really need to get over the 50 on this play, but they need to find a way to run out. So I think they need to start slanting it to where they're throwing outward instead of trying to go to the middle.
He's got
the middle wide open, and unfortunately he can't capitalize, and that is his first incompletion.
I mean, he clearly did have a guy.
He had a guy
that he could have easily thrown to, but
that was just one of those hard passes. And here we go. Crucial play, 3rd and 3.
The snap on the 3rd and 3.
He got it.
That's the guy where he needs.
And here we are. And they're going
down to the final 27 seconds.
They're saving those timeouts, that one last timeout. And I think they're just now, that was just very bad management on Chicago's part right there. And it's nice that they found the middle, but I think they wasted too much time off that. They wasted almost 10 seconds to 12 seconds before calling a timeout there. And he's
probably going to go for something deep.
And he does.
I mean, maybe there.
And is he out? No, he is not out of bounds.
And the sad part about it, too, is they can't call a timeout.
They can't call timeout, guys. So it comes.
Oh, wait. The clock. But
why did it stop?
I think
that's odd. Huh.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, they don't have enough time.
They don't have enough time, guys.
So they basically messed up on their end. So we're going to the second half of the game with a 7-7 tie.
And if you are the Texans, you got lucky right there. That was your big break. That was the Chicago Bears miscue right there. While it was nice to see them get that pass, they wasted 12 seconds before they called that one timeout. And their head coach is talking to the referee again. And here they get ready to kick it off to the Texans. So you got to make every second count, and that's just a mistake that they really did. And both teams are really finding a way to I'm not impressed with the Texans' defense right now. And sure, it's a preseason game, but You got to put forth that effort. There's a lot to fix. Let's see what the Texans can do. They end up about the 23 or 24?
On average, they'll run up to like that 25-yard line and all that.
24. Yeah.
Well, right around the 25. So that's 3 seconds off the clock. And away we go in the second half of the game.
And it was an exciting first half. We got to see this. I mean, both sides. Offensively, Chicago's tearing it up. Offensively. It's just that one little miscue there at the end. And here we go, C.J. Stroud. 79 yards for Houston to 120, 26 to 29 on the rushing. And that is just overthrown.
And he just threw to no one. I think I was going to say something about the Texans, but I don't know if I finished off my comment about what I said earlier about the Texans with the roster they have. The roster they have, I hope, like, with the roster they have, with Joe Mixon, C.J. Stroud, and all their other players, Tank Dell, and all those other guys they have, I hope that that's the roster that they can finally go to the AFC Championship game for the once. For those of you that don't know,
wow, that was very good. Sorry,
that was a good move there by the receiver, by the way. But I am going to say this: I hope the roster that they have is enough for them to go to the AFC Championship for the first time, because they've never been to it. They've never been to the AFC title game.
But you got to earn it. But yes, they do have a talented roster.
I hope the roster is enough that they can at least go to one with the roster that they have. Maybe even challenge some teams in the AFC. That's going to be a
first down. They're going to call it second and inches from where the knee fell. So 100 total yards now for the Houston Texans. Singletary, 2 receptions, 20 yards. What a great job. Right now, both teams offensively, you are just seeing the pounding of the of the passing game. Both teams are really doing good off that. Nice run to get the first down, and even more.
He goes up to the 45-yard line.
And you know what? Singletary is a dangerous running back. He is a reckon to be challenging with him. Whew. That was just beautiful on that run.
I think the Browns players just pushed him.
The Bears?
Or not. Well, yeah, the Bears. I need to get adjusted to football again.
And here's going to be another run by Singletary. Not as much.
And they're actually going to stop him on that one. It's 2nd and 9. That's probably their best defensive play yet. They only allowed one run.
1 yard.
Yard.
Not one run. And here we go. They're showing the sign of a blitz. And that's just a quick pass.
That was just quick, and they got the first down.
And again, that's just timing out the right throw to the right player to Dell. That was spot on throw. Watch this if they show the replay. I mean, he just released it that quick up the middle again.
That was a good play.
And now they are in field goal range right now. And again, they're picking apart the middle of this team. Where right in here is where the Bears need to get better. And there's a nice throw up.
I thought that was going to give them the first down, but no. So 2nd and 4.
They're
only getting closer to that goal line right there.
Yeah.
Both teams have been doing really good offensively. Should have probably made this an extra minute or two on quarters, but oh well.
And here's another run right up the middle, guys. Oh,
imagine if he was still standing.
Singletary.
He could have probably gone to the end zone. And, I hope they show this as a replay, but if he would have been still standing, he could have been gone for a touchdown.
That was just
the replay right here.
Like,
look at that whole. If they would have not tackled him, that's the end zone right there. He could have gone all the way. Like, look at this. That's probably
it was just wide open up the gut, guys.
If he would have not been tackled like that, he could have been to the end zone.
So the Chicago Bears defensively, they've got to be tired and exhausted right now.
Here comes another first and goal.
And they're sticking with what's best. Singletary does not get that far this time.
Only 2 yards, and it is second goal.
But another thing they're doing right here is that clock possession. 1:08 left till the fourth quarter comes, and they're doing what they're doing. I mean, hopefully the Chicago Bears defense can, save them right here from getting a touchdown. And he's going with the throw, and he gets it despite it was
only
a little late.
A 1 yard gain, and it is third and goal at the 5 yard line with 35 seconds left in the third quarter.
So what a game. Close game all the way around. Chicago is tightening up that defense. He's going to throw again, and he finds it in the middle.
He got it for the touchdown. And it is 13-7 Houston.
And just watch this right here. Again, showing that quickness of the throw. Wide open again. No coverage right there at all. If you continue to leave that middle open, they're going to pick you all day. Nico Collins with the touchdown. And here's for the PAT. And he gets it. And it is now 14-7. 11 plays, 75 yards, 4 minutes and 41 seconds off the clock. 102 yards passing by C.J. Stroud, guys. Unfortunately, we do not do full-length videos of, the regulation of the game just because it would take too long.
And we don't want people sitting for,
hours and hours and hours, unless you really want to.
I mean, to be fair,
that would be a lot of time.
I don't want really long videos. I do not want to waste my battery and memories and all that. So
it's not the longer the video, the longer it takes. But that being said, here we go.
I mean, I really don't even edit my videos anyways. But
here we go. Chicago's got the ball, and they run it out to about the 24-yard line again.
Again, on average, they're between 23, 25 yards. They're right in there.
And this is crucial right now for Chicago. Hopefully they don't lose momentum off of the end of the second half. That was a miscue that will probably come back to haunt them if they do not get something right here in the form of a touchdown. Total yardage is about the same between both teams. And here we go with Justin Fields. He allows Foreman to rush the ball, 5-yard gain.
And this will take us
down to the fourth.
Now, I will say this. Both teams' defenses have not been the best today. I will say this. I'll say tonight or whatever. But, still. 14-7 game, so at least we got a little offense going.
We are.
Both teams. Final 5 minutes. We'll see how the Bears do.
And they got plenty of time.
No turnovers, no field goals, just touchdowns.
Just touchdowns, no interceptions thrown, no fumbles, no penalty flags. And there's that middle. Both teams are lacking that. Justin Fields is able to throw it off. 8 of 9, 97 yards. Mooney, 4 receptions right here. Perryman with his first tackle.
All right, let's get serious
here. And here we go.
And the Bears.
It's going to be a run.
And
he turns it into something good and goes forward for a first. What looked like he might have gotten tackled, pushes forward, and that's what you got to love about this team. You got to love how they're pushing. They're motivated. They want to win. They want to show that this is a team that's better than last year, guys. And they are moving forward as they can go. And
That's
they're going to
gonna
stick
be
with
another
that run, but that one goes.
But that run basically lets them go nowhere
And that was the Texans' best defensive play
of the
of the
game.
game, too.
No sacks.
And they have decided to do some coaching adjustments to strip the ball now. So they're going to they are changing their defense, if you saw that, to where they're going to go out more in an aggressive style. Let's see if that aggressiveness pays off. They really need to cover that center. But I would watch right there. Right there, he is open. And they got,
No one. 3rd and 10.
I think
He had the opportunity, but there was just no one. And I believe that's what happened on their last drive, too. They should have gone for one of the other guys. That was to his left, like left center. But he instead threw up the middle, and no one was there. Here it comes. Justin Fields.
And he's
has
going
some
to have,
room
he's
to go
got the
for
first down. What looked like it, again, that middle is needing that coverage. They're both lacking the coverage right there. When you're looking at the sides and everything, I mean, you're just letting the QBs tear you apart.
Now we'll see what the Texans do on defense.
And he's going to run it up the gut again.
They're just going to let him run up the gut.
4 rushes, 46 yards, showing what he can do. King with the tackle. This is just a great game offensively. Look at that. And they have plenty of time on that clock, guys. And he catches it again, man on man there, and he's right in front of him to be able to get the ball. This is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning, most likely. And here we go. The final 2 minutes, or could we be seeing an overtime? We have, again, Houston, 3 timeouts. And let's see how much time the Bears take off. This is crucial right now for the Texans. And he's going with the run. He's going to get the first.
Now, the Texans do have timeouts, so they better not screw the timeouts up. But,
well,
we'll see how the Bears...
We could be going to our first overtime game of the year. And they do a no huddle.
So they're just going to go straight to it. Had it down.
Great coverage by the Texans. Double coverage. Perryman Greenerder right there to block it and make it to where they do not catch the ball. That was just great coverage by the Texans, covering everything there. And they're going out full force, guys. They're going to go with the run, and he is stopped.
I thought he lost yards, but he's just going to stay where he's
at. Where he's at.
So it looks like the Texans are now going to start putting on some pressure on the Bears.
And here you are, 3rd down and goal. This is now a situation where you have to go for it.
They're going to keep no huddling on this one.
And look at this, right in front and gets the touchdown. And it's to the left. They switch it up a little bit, and they're just pickpocketing apart that man-on-man coverage. Stroud has 1:07 after this, but let's see if they make the PAT. But that's just beautiful. They're allowing them to get ahead, and voila.
And that is
good. So we're tied 14-14. So it goes back to the Chicago Bears capitalized, got that 14. But just think if they utilized the clock management in the second or in that first half there at the end, where they put themselves in the position to be in field goal range. Could have been a different story. They could have won. But now the Texans are going to try to get that win. They have 1:07 left. Right now, you have to have a strategy of tightening your gap and being able to close that center. And the smart choice for CJ Stroud, if you want to save your timeouts till the last seconds, you throw post out. And they're going to run it out.
I will say this: they have been just running.
Probably the best
out.
run by either team of the day, 28. And yeah, like you said, sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead and say what you're saying.
I mean, I was just saying, and that's probably one of the better runs of the day. 28-yard line. Again, they're gonna have to be smart about the Texans. They're gonna have to be smart about what they're gonna have to do.
Let's see where they're going to go. This should be rather interesting. They have plenty of time.
Again, they have 3 timeouts, but each team has 3 timeouts.
And when you're finding that center, go ahead.
That was probably one of the deepest throws of the game. But again, time is going to be crucial. What I think they need to do, which this is going to be the obvious thing. Let the clock go down, but get those deeper plays. Let the clock. Do not have that much time just to get the Bears to get the ball back and then potentially them to win the game.
And that's a very good.
He's right at the 50. The target is the 41 yards. I had to move that because our dog almost kicked it off.
So they've been able to utilize getting to the 50-yard line, not using a timeout. 34 seconds left, guys. If you see what the Texans are doing, they're doing it right now. This is crucial for the Bears to tighten it up. And they're just finding it right in the middle.
Within the target for that game winner.
And right now, the Texans are doing it all right. And unfortunately, the Bears defense is they're continuing to
Both defenses are not, like I said earlier, both defenses are not the best in this game. But the Bears, they're just making a couple mistakes to the point where one mistake is going to be too many.
And now you're just going to run the ball, try to get some yardage right there. And they're going to use their timeout quickly. And then I expect them to run the ball again.
And then let that clock go. At least let that clock go until they have the chance to do the field goal.
And that's all they're trying to do right now is they're trying to regroup, strategize. It's going to be a run play. And if you're the Chicago Bears, you got to feel frustrated about this. And that is just gone.
He had room.
Pierce just runs it right up.
Like I said, the best bet, they only have 18 yards. Best bet, just let it go to the 4 or 3. Call the timeout. Go for the field goal. Game over.
And so the crucial mistakes happen.
There they go.
And Houston didn't use a timeout. It was the Bears that used the timeout. Or was it?
Yeah, the Bears are the ones that used the timeout.
To ice the kicker. So why would you do... Even though Houston was going to kick, or they were going to call a timeout themselves.
Or they could have probably called the timeout themselves. But...
they got a capitalization off of the Bears here, guys. So, again, a great game offensively for Justin Fields, minus the miscue there at the end of the half.
And here it is.
It's good. And the Texans are going to win the Hall of Fame game
by a score of 17-14. It was a close game overall. It was just another close game, by both. I wouldn't say another close game. It was just a close game by both teams.
Look at this, though, for the passing. Both QBs, 2 touchdowns, 88% completion.
2 passing TDs.
76.9% on his completion percentage. And, look, it came down to a battle to the end, which I'm grateful for. But the miscues by the Chicago offense and defense really hurt a lot there. If you take back to what they did there in the first half, they mismanaged the clock. And unfortunately, you can't have that. And, would we be seeing a different score? Possibly. Could it be 17-17 right now? In overtime? Possibly. We wouldn't know. That being said, the defenses need to tighten up and, their next preseason game go on from there. Otherwise, overall, you saw great movement by CJ Stroud. Even though Justin Fields doesn't play for the Bears anymore, I'm sure the Pittsburgh Steelers would like this simply because this was a great game by Justin Fields.
But that'll do it for today's video. If you guys want to see more Madden NFL content like this, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, comment if you want to see something else. And until then, Madden football's back. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.